I'm speaking today with Dave Ridley, who is the SVP of Marketing and Revenue Management at Southwest Airlines. Mr. Ridley, could you perhaps tell our audience a little bit about the news today? The airline announced its pricing for in-flight connectivity, and perhaps you can share with us some of the thinking of where the airline's going with connectivity.
Sure. Well, this is something that we really launched back in first quarter 2007, a really deep dive into whether we should put Wi-Fi on our aircraft and what business model we should do. And after a very thorough RFP process through 2007, really all of 2007 and into 2008, we ended up selecting Row 44, who is a provider of Wi-Fi connectivity through satellite communications as opposed to ground-based cell tower communications. So we chose Row 44. They're a startup company based in California for a number of reasons, but primarily because we were convinced that SATCOM delivered Wi-Fi would give us greater flexibility, greater bandwidth, and greater flexibility in terms of how we would price the product eventually, what the customer experience would look like, as opposed to the alternative in the marketplace, which had a little bit more of a ubiquitous kind of control on pricing, more of a retail model. We were interested in a wholesale model. So we began testing, putting the antennas on the aircraft in the spring of 2009. Tested 4 aircraft for a while, measured the take rates. We used different price points. We actually gave it free for some period of time. A lot of people today carry on Wi-Fi enabled devices, and it just becomes more and more, both whether it's laptops or now, of course, the iPad or the cell phones, which are Wi-Fi enabled. When we started the project in 2007, the idea of a Wi-Fi enabled phone really was just barely breaking the horizon. And as you know today, I don't know what the numbers are, but it just seems like everyone has got a Wi-Fi enabled phone. So just to kind of bring you up to date, we again selected Row 44, did some testing, got comfortable with the capabilities, the reliability of the antenna system, and then began in August, began rolling out across our fleet. So we are now committed to install the Row 44 equipment across the Southwest fleet of 700 aircraft, 737-700s, of which we have about 350-ish. Those installations are in place as of today, October 29th. Where were we today? 30th, 9th. We've got 32 aircraft equipped. We plan to have about 60 by the end of the year, and want to have all of our 737-700s equipped by the end of 2012.
And you've come up with a very interesting price point.
Yeah, we have. We tested a number of price points based on a number of variables over the past year and a half. We tested short haul, medium haul, long haul trip lengths, various prices. We've tested different prices for different kind of enabling devices. One price may be a little higher for a PC, a lower price for a handheld. Prices have ranged from $2 to $12 and all those variables. But through it all, we wanted to find the sweet spot for a pricing for our Wi-Fi on board that is consistent with the Southwest business philosophy of keeping things easy, simple, easy to understand, easy to market. So today we rolled out, we made the decision that for the next couple of years at least, our pricing for Wi-Fi access is $5, any length of haul, any device, simply $5, no tricks, no games, nothing, just straight up $5. And that's what the customer will see, at least for the next couple of years as we roll the system across the fleet.
What do you think will be the response from the competitors to this price point?
Well, as I understand their business model, they have to provide the same pricing to all their they actually put the equipment on their aircraft of other airlines, and not the airlines, the AirCell GoGo product controls the pricing. They have a variety of pricings, and frankly, I'm not sure what they'll do as it relates to competing with our price.
Because of course, as this becomes ubiquitous, you've done a very disruptive thing here.
Well, Southwest Airlines has always been one who has taken great pride in being a disruptor of the norm. You know, when we started in 1971, we shook up the airline industry. We brought people into the skies that otherwise never had flown before. We made business travel very inexpensive, and that's been our history, to be a catalyst for people changing their behaviors. And in this case, with the Wi-Fi on board, if more people use it and access Wi-Fi hotspot on Southwest Airlines because of our pricing, well, that's just a marketing tool that we're very proud of, and something consistent again with our history of how we've approached providing value to our customers.
Could you share anything with us in terms of the testing that you did? What was the take-up rate? What did that look like?
Well, those are confidential numbers. I will say that it's industry chatter that the short-haul flights, say a flight that is 30 minutes to 45 minutes above 10,000 feet, because you can't access Wi-Fi until the little ding goes off in the cabin and you're at 10,000 feet. Short-haul take rate is not significant. At least it has not been to this point. Whether that price is a couple of bucks or $5 or $8, it seems to be kind of run about the same. It's when you get to the mid-haul and long-haul pricing that we see some significant changes in take rates depending on the prices. So we think there's great leverage there. So we'll see how the market develops.
And also today we heard a lot about the airline looking at flying longer hauls. For example, Hawaii was mentioned, and clearly this is the only technology that could actually allow you to have that service all the way to Hawaii.
That's correct. That is, again, one of the reasons that we chose Row 44 and the satellite-based delivery system is both the bandwidth, the clear bandwidth advantage that would allow more and more users to connect. While it may be a relatively de minimis number right now, people connecting on flights, we know over time it's at warp speed developing as far as people's need and desire to stay connected. So who can predict in 2015 how many people will be willing to connect on an aircraft? And so bandwidth is important, and then obviously this gives us the flexibility to provide connectivity should we eventually decide to fly routes over water. And again, without having to worry about installing expensive in-flight entertainment systems, the movie systems, the things that you have seen a lot of the legacy carriers or which were in vogue in the 80s and the 90s and even in the last decade. I think internet connectivity really is the most flexible entertainment avenue that is evolving from a consumer usage standpoint.
Last question. From what I understand, the solution that you're installing in the fleet enables you to go from KU band to KA band as that becomes available, right?
That is correct.
So it's even higher speed to come.
Could be. Yes, that gives us that flexibility. We have Row 44's system provides that flexibility. Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.